Hello students, happy to meet you all once again for this module 4 Bessel differential equation. The Laplace equation del square u equal to 0 in various orthogonal curvilinear coordinate system is of great importance in many physical and engineering problems. The solution of this delta square u equal to 0 in cylindrical system is called the Bessel differential equation, and the solution of this Laplace equation del square u equal to 0 in spherical system leads to the Legendre differential equation. That is, suppose the ordinary differential equation with variable coefficient which is of the form, this is a homogeneous ordinary differential equation with variable coefficient f1 of x into y double dash plus f2 of x into y dash plus f3 of x into y equal to 0, where the value of f1 of x, f2 of x and f3 of x are polynomial in x. Correct? This is the ordinary differential equation with variable coefficient. Suppose the coefficient of y double dash is f1 of x, which is not equal to 0. When x is equal to 0, we have to choose the infinite series solution for equation 1 as y is equal to sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity a r x power r. But suppose the coefficient of y double dash, that is f1 of x, equal to 0. When x is equal to 0, then we have to assume the infinite series solution as y is equal to sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity a r into x power m plus r, where the value of a naught, the very first term a naught, is not equal to 0, and m, a naught, a1, a2, etc. all are constant to be determined. This is what the bit idea about the Bessel differential equation and how to choose the solution in case of Bessel differential equation and Legendre differential equation. Now we'll move on to the series solutions of Bessel differential equation. Consider the Bessel differential equation x square y double dash plus x into y dash plus x square minus n square of y equal to 0. This is the general Bessel differential equation. What is the coefficient of y double dash here? X square. And the value of x square will be equal to 0 when x is equal to 0, correct? Y double dash, the coefficient of y double dash is here x square. And x square value will be equal to 0 when x is equal to 0. So what will you do? The type 2 solution we have to choose. Therefore, the series solution of this Bessel differential equation, I am choosing it as y is equal to sigma r is varying from 0 to infinity a r into x power m plus r, where a naught, the very first term, is not equal to 0. The Bessel differential equation, I am keeping it as equation number 1, and the solution what we have chosen, I am keeping it as equation number 2. Now, to get the series solution, I have to substitute the value of y here in equation number 1. To substitute the value of y here, I need the value of y dash and y double dash. So I'm finding y dash and y double dash. What is y dash? Derivative of y with respect to x. I mean, I have to differentiate y with respect to x. X is only here. That is x power m plus r. What is derivative of x power m plus r? M plus r into x power m plus r minus 1. And what is y double dash? Derivative of y dash with respect to x. So I'm differentiating this with respect to x. So what will you get? X power m plus r minus 1 derivative with respect to x is m plus r minus 1 into x power m plus r minus 2. Thus we have obtained y double dash, y dash and y. Substitute these three values in equation number 1. So what is equation number 1 will be x square into, that is the first term, x square into y double dash. What is y double dash? Sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity a r m plus r minus 1 x power m plus r minus 2, correct? Plus second term. What is second term? X into y dash. So I am multiplying in this y dash x. So I have got x into sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity a r m plus r into x power m plus r minus 1, plus third term is what? X square minus n square of y. That is x square minus n square into y is sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity ar into x power m plus r, which is equal to 0. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'm going to expand it once again. How to expand it? The summation outside whatever the variable we have got, that I'm going to multiply inside. So x square into this summation term will be, I'm multiplying this x square and x power m plus r minus 2. I'll be getting sigma, r is varying from 0 to infinity, ar m plus r minus 1, x power m plus r minus 2 plus 2, this x square 2. M plus r minus 2 plus 2, that is m plus r. This x I'm bringing inside. So what will you get? Sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity ar m plus r x power m plus r minus 1 plus 1, that is m plus r. And here two terms are there. So this bracket I'm going to remove. That is x square into summation minus n square into summation. Correct? X square into summation minus n square into summation. So what will you get? X square I can bring inside. So you will get sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity ar into x power m plus r plus 2, this 2, minus n square into the summation. Since it is a constant, I have kept it outside. Thus we have got 4 terms. See my dears, how the 4 terms are. 3 terms have got the coefficient of x power m plus r. See the first term, x power m plus r. Second term, x power m plus r. Fourth term, x power m plus r. Out of these 4 terms, first, second and fourth term we have got the coefficient of, summation with the term is x power m plus r. Only the third term we have got x power m plus r plus 2, which I am keeping aside. So I'm going to group the first, second and the fourth term. I'm going to group. What is common out of first, second and fourth term? Summation. Sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity ar x power m plus r. See, sigma is common to all the 3 terms. Ar is common. X power m plus r is common in first, second and fourth term. So I'm taking that much outside. What is left out after taking sigma ar x power m plus r? Here we have got m plus r into m plus r minus 1, the first term. Second term we have got only m plus r. And the fourth term we have got only minus n square. And the third term, that is x power m plus r plus 2, I have kept it as it is. Now, inside the square bracket term, I am going to expand it. This I am going to write m plus r into m plus r. That is the first term. M plus r into minus 1, second term, third term and fourth term. I repeat, this bracket 2 terms, this factors 2 terms, I am going to rewrite as m plus r into m plus r. That is m plus r the whole square. Minus 1 into m plus r. That is minus of m plus r. Plus m plus r we can cancel, minus n square. Plus this summation, second term, I am writing as it is. Okay. This is the summation series, infinite series term. From this, I am going to equate the coefficient of x power m. What is the coefficient of x power m? You equate the coefficient of x power m to be 0. When will you get x power m? X power m will get when r is equal to 0. Correct? So ar, here m plus 0, that is m square minus n square. And when will you get here x power m? If r is minus 2. Correct? When will you get here x power m? When r is minus 2. But r minus 2 does not exist from 0 to infinity. So second term will vanish if I am equating the coefficient of x power m. Thus we have got a naught into m square minus n square equal to 0. The product of 2 term equal to 0 means either the first term equal to 0 or the second term equal to 0. Means either a naught equal to 0 or m square minus n square equal to 0. But a naught cannot be equal to 0. Why? Because when we have chosen the series solution, see equation number 2, series solution. That is y is equal to sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity ar into x power m plus r, where a naught is not equal to 0. I have chosen a naught is not equal to 0. So in this product, A naught cannot be equal to 0. That means what? Only the possibility is m square minus n square equal to 0 means m is equal to plus or minus n. Thus, I have got the value of m as two different values. One is positive n, other one is negative n, which I am keeping it as equation number 3. What is equation number 1? The Bessel differential equation. What is equation number 2? The solution, infinite series solution, whatever you have chosen. And the third equation is m is plus or minus n. Now, next one, I'm going to equate the coefficient of x power m plus 1 to be equal to 0. When will we get x power m plus 1 once again? I'm moving on to the summation, this one. When will we get x power m plus 1? When r is equal to 1, correct? X power m plus 1 means when r is equal to 1. So what will we get? A1 into m plus 1 the whole square. See here, a1 into m plus 1 the whole square minus n square. And what about the second term? When will we get x power m plus 1 here? If r is minus 1, correct? Choose r is equal to minus 1. M minus 1 plus 2 means you will be getting m plus 1. But r is equal to minus 1. Can you choose? No. Why? Because r value lies in between 0 to infinity. So second term does not exist. So only the first term you will get. Again, a product of two terms equal to 0 means either a1 equal to 0, that is the first term, or the second one equal to 0. Is it possible to get the second term equal to 0? No. Why? Because already using third equation, we know that m is equal to plus or minus n. If I am choosing the second term, m plus 1 the whole square minus n square equal to 0, I'll be getting m plus 1 is plus or minus n. Here m is plus or minus n you have got. If you are putting the second term equal to 0, I'll be getting m plus 1 is plus or minus n, which is the contradictory part. So the second term cannot be equal to 0. Thus we have got a1 equal to 0, which I am equation number 4. Now I am going to equate the coefficient of x power m plus r to be 0. Means, how will we get? Moving on to the summation. That is, when you look here x power m plus r, already here x power m plus r is there, whose coefficient is ar into m plus r the whole square minus n square. The first term as it is. What about the second term? When will we get here x power m plus r if r is equal to r minus 2? You substitute in place of r minus 2, what will you get? Plus r minus 2 plus 2. Minus 2 plus 2 you can cancel. You will get x power m plus r. So for the second term, I have to replace r minus 2. Thus, we have got this line. That is ar into m plus r the whole square minus n square plus ar 2 equal to 0. From here, I am going to write the value of AR, that is, AR will be minus of AR minus 2. This positive, bring it to the side, minus of AR minus 2 divided by this square bracket term. That is, SR the whole square minus N square. That is a reconciliation. Now, case 1, if M is equal to N, our third equation says that two values of M we have obtained, that is positive N, negative. If you will apply positive N in place of M, I'll be getting the first kind of solution. If I'll substitute m is equal to minus n, I'll be getting the second kind of solution. First, I'm going to substitute m is equal to n, that is case 1. You substitute m is equal to n in this reconciliation. So what equation 5 will become? AR is equal to minus of AR minus 2 divided by n plus r the whole square minus n square. N plus r whole square minus n square, which is of the, you expand this a plus b the whole square. That is n square plus 2nr plus r square minus n square. The first n square and this minus n square you can cancel. 2nr plus r square you have got. This I'm giving it as equation number 6. Now, in equation 6, I'm going to substitute the value of equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. When I substitute r is equal to 2, what I'll get? A2 value I'll get. R is equal to 2. The very first value I'm substituting. A2 is equal to minus of A2 minus 2, 0 divided by 2. If I'm substituting in place of R, I'll be getting 4n plus 2 square, 4. Out of 4n plus 4, 4 is common. I'm taking 4 into n plus 1. This minus A naught by 4 into n plus 1. which I have written like this. Why I have written like this? In the sense, the same pattern we have to observe the pattern and write the general term, correct? So I have written like this, but why I have written like this, I'll explain it bit later. Now again, I'm going to substitute the second value of r, that is r is equal to 3. You substitute r is equal to 3. I'll be getting a3 is equal to minus of a1 divided by r is 3 means 6n plus 3 square is 9. But what is the value of a1? a1 is 0 using equation 4. Equation 4, I have proved a1 equal to 0. When I substitute a1 equal to 0, a3 will be equal to 0. Now a4. How will you get a4? If I substitute r is equal to 4, the third term. So a4 will be minus of a2 divided by 4 into 2n, 8n plus 4 square, 16. 8 is common, which I am taking outside. So this is n plus 2, 8 into n plus 2. But what is the value of a2? a2 is this value. I am substituting a2 value is minus of a0 divided by 4 into n plus 1. Here already minus is there. Minus into minus will be plus. 4 into 8 is 32. N plus 2, n plus 1 I have written in the denominator, numerator a0. Which I have written in terms of like this. I told you this, the last term, which I'll be explaining bit later. This also I'll explaining bit later after finding one more term. Okay. Next, a5. You apply r is equal to 5. So what will you get? a5 will be minus of a3 divided by 5 into 2n, 10n plus 5 square, 25. Okay. What is the value of a3? a3 is 0 because a1 is 0. Correct? So a5 will be 0. All the odd terms, since a1 is 0, because here it is dependent upon, here ar will be dependent upon ar minus 2. So if this is even, this will be even. If this is odd, this will be odd. Since odd term a1 is 0, a1 is 0 means a3 will be 0. If a3 is 0, a5 will be 0. If a5 is 0, a7 will be 0. So all the odd term of a will be equal to 0. So even terms only enough to find it. Now a6 I'm finding. Same way, 6 means 6 minus 2 will be 4. Minus a4 divided by 6 into 2n, 12n, 6 square, 36. 12n plus 36, 12 is common, n plus 3. a4, this value I'm substituting. What is a4? Positive a0 divided by 32 into n plus 1. Here negative is there, so you'll be getting negative a0 divided by 32 into 12 is 384 into n plus 3 into n plus 2 into n plus 1. Correct? Now, you observe all the last term of a2, a4 and a6. See here, a2 is this term, a4 is this term, and a5 is this term. In general, to write down the general term, that is rth term, I have to express this in the unique format. How to write? 4 can be written as 4 power 1 into 1 factorial I am writing. 32 can be written as 4 square into 2 factorial, correct? What is 4 square? 16 into 2 factorial. And 384 can be written as 64 into 6. What is 64? 4 cube. What is 6? 3 factorial. See here, by neglecting that odd numbers, a2 means you have got 4 power 1. That is the first term, whatever we have obtained. The first term, third term, fifth term. Out of this, r is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First term is r is equal to 2. Second term, third term is r is equal to 4. This is next term. So see here, 4 can be written as 4 power 1 into 1 factorial. 32 can be written as 4 square into 2 factorial. And 384 can be expressed as 4 cube into 3 factorial. Correct? Now, by absorbing this a2, a4, a6, we can write in assumed series solutions I am writing. That is equation 2 is y is equal to sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity ar into x power m plus r, which is equal to this x power m plus r can be written as x power m into x power r. The x power m I am taking outside. Correct? Because here only r is varying, x power m into, now you substitute the value of r is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. You will get this infinite series, which I am keeping it as equation number 7. Now, This is first case, correct? M is equal to n. So I'm choosing the solution as y1. Let y1 be the solution for m is equal to n. Then equation number 7 will become, how the equation number 7 will be? Y1 is equal to x power n, because m is n. X power n into a naught plus a1x. What is a1x? From the above results, a1x is 0, a1 is 0, a3 is 0, a5 is 0. So I'm writing only a0, a2x square, a4x power 4 plus etc. Correct? That is x power n into a0 into a2, a4, a6 value from the above relation I'm writing. What is a2? Minus a0 by 4 power 1 into n plus 1 into 1 factorial into x square, this x square. A4 value is a0 divided by 4 square into n plus 1 into n plus 2 into 2 factorial into this x power 4 minus a6. A6 is minus of a0 divided by 4 cube into n plus 3 into n plus 2 into n plus 1 into 3 factorial from this above value. Correct? A2, A4, A6. This A2, A4, A6. This value I have substituted in the series solution. Thus I have got this line. Okay? See this line. All the term we have got A0, which we can take outside. So A0 I am taking. Here x power n already is there. X power n into A0. The remaining term I am writing in terms of summation. That is sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 power r. This is an alternating series. Positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, etc. So we can write this one as minus 1 power r. What about x term? See here. This is x power 0. There is no x, means x power 0, x power 2, x power 4, x power 6. Absorb this infinite series. This is x power 0, 2, 4, 6. 0, 2, 4, 6. That is x power 2r. Here r is only variable. Correct? X power 2r divided by, this is 0th term. So we have got 4 power 0. This is first term, 4 power 1. Second term, 4 power 2. Third term, 4 cube, because r is varying from 0 to. 0th term, there is no 4. First term, 4 power 1, 1 factorial. Second term, 4 power 2, 2 factorial. Third term, 4 power 3, 3 factorial. So rth term, you will get 4 power r into r factorial. The first and the last term. What about next? The first term we have got n plus 1. Second term we have got n plus 2 into n plus 1. Third term we have got n plus 3 into n plus 2 into n plus 1. What will be the fourth term? N plus 4, n plus 3, n plus 2, n plus 1, etc. The rth term you will get n plus r minus 1, n plus r minus 2, etc. up to 1. See the last term? N plus 1. Correct? N plus 1 you will get. This can be written as, this a0 I have written as it is, x power n I am bringing inside. Here already x power 2r is there, into x power n is x power 2r plus n. This one, x power 2r plus n. This minus 1 power r I have written. 4 power r can be written as 2 power 2r. 4 is 2 square. 4 is 2 square. The whole power r is 2 power 2r, etc. This can be written as n plus r factorial divided by n factorial. Correct? What is n plus r factorial? N plus r minus 1 into n plus r minus 2 into etc. N plus 1 into n minus 1 into etc. up to 1. Here n into n minus 1 into etc. up to 1 is not there, which I am multiplying. That is n factorial. I am multiplying here and numerator. Denominator 1 n factorial, numerator 1 n factorial, I am multiplying. So the denominator, this expansion will be n plus r factorial. This n factorial as it is. Okay. Now, by choosing a0 is equal to 1 by 2 power n into n factorial, what will we obtain? 1 by 2 power n into n factorial into summation of this much. And here one n factorial is there, and this n factorial you can cancel. The outside the summation, whatever the n factorial we have got, and this numerator n factorial we can cancel. And I'm bringing this 2 power n also inside. So what is the summation will be? Sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 power r x power 2r plus n factorial, so we have got cancelled with this. And this 2 power n into 2 power 2r is 2 power 2r plus n. I'm adding the power of 2r plus n n plus r factorial into r factorial. Correct? That is, this we have obtained. I am rewriting once again. Sigma r is equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 power r, the first term, n plus r factorial, denominator, r factorial, the denominator. See these two terms, x power 2r plus n. This is 2 power 2r plus n. Both the powers are same. So I am combining these two terms. X by 2 the whole power 2r plus n, which is called the Bessel functions of first kind and of order n, which can be denoted as Jn of x. Here Jn of x is the function which is called the Bessel functions of first order and of order n. This is Bessel function Jn of x. This expression is denoted by Jn of x, which is the Bessel function. This is the first solution, that is y1. Similarly, when you substitute m is equal to minus n, you will be getting the second kind of solution, that is y2 is equal to j minus n of x. Thus, we have obtained two different solutions. One is jn of x, the other one is j minus n of x. But this Bessel differential equation is second order ordinary differential equation. Means two solutions, we should get it. Both the solutions are Jn of x and j minus n of x. Hence, the complete general solution of the Bessel differential equation is y is equal to C1 into the first kind of solution, that is Jn of x, plus C2 into j minus n of x. That's it. This is the series solution of Bessel differential equation. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you all.